नमः। ओम श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः। ओम श्री नमः। स्मृति पुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि पाद शंकरं लोकशंकरं समस्त जन कल्याणे करुणामयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्म परमानंद माधवं। Straight with the head, neck and vertebral column in a straight line, eyes gently closed. We are sitting in a clean, quiet place all alone. These are necessary conditions. The closing of the eyes indicate the withdrawal of all other sense organs down to our Guru, and we surrender to them and pray that, O Lord, bless us with the fourfold qualities. These are the means to realize the truth. We worship their feet with faith and devotion. Now we become aware of our breathing. We breathe in a rhythm, breathe in and breathe out. Practice it for some time. This quiet, to the quiet mind bring the knowledge takes place through the mind. Sat indicates the Brahman, which is all pervading. Tvam indicates you and I, the individual being. Asi indicates oneness. There is one consciousness at the individual level, and that which is all pervading. This is indicated by Omkara. Om iti etad Brahma, ayamat Brahman. Let us chant Om and try to abide in the self. Take a deep breath. Om. Mentally repeat Aham Brahmasmi Shanti. Rub your hands, put your palm on your eyes and slowly open your eyes. Tamagocharam Govindamanandam Sadgurum Pranato. Bhagavan Shankaracharya bow down to his Guru Govinda Padacharya and to Lord Govinda. And the text tells about the oneness of Jivatma, and alone declares us to the mind, and it is not an object of our perception, the sense organs. We bow down to Bhagavan Shankaracharya, who has written this text. We seek his blessings. We seek the blessings of Puja Gurudev, who taught us. We seek the blessings of the Lord. By his grace we are able to study, and we seek the blessings of all great masters, and with the blessings we start our studies. Now, last time we have studied the verse 315 and 16. We have just saw it a glance only. We'll read that and then move further. Vivekachudamani, verse 315 and 16. Once we'll read. Tyabhyam pravardhamana Shah Shute samsmrutimatmana Ayanam chastasu sarvada Sarvatra sarva Brahma matravalokane Sadbhava vasana dharya Tilayamashnute. Now it says that the topic here is about the kama karma, or we can say the vasana. Then vasana creates a desire, and then we do the action. Here it is said karma, chintanam and vasana. These are the chintanam, the thoughts is called as chintanam. Tabhyam pravardhamana. When these three are there, they are increased. Shah shute samsmriti, that leads her to transmigration, isn't it? When there is a gnana, the desire comes in our mind, and then the action is done, and this continues. Again action creates vasana, again desire, the cycle goes on. Samsmriti atmana, for a jivatma, it transmigration continue. One says there is a means to destroy all this. Sarva avasthashu, in all avastha, waking, dream and deep sleep, or in any state, sarvada, always, sarvatra, everywhere, sarvataha, at all places, sarva brahma matra avalokane. Through the names and forms, try to see the Brahman and Brahman. The names and forms are superimposed on that. Try to see the substratum. Sada dardhyat. And when this aham brahmashi vasana becomes strong, tatrayam, then when brahma vasana has become very strong, then this avidya, kama, karma or chintana and karma, they are destroyed. So, how to destroy it? That's what Bhagavad Gita said. When we meditate, it destroys all our vasana, janma, which cannot be destroyed by any means. But the meditation is that, and in meditation only we say, Aham Brahmasmi, I am Brahman. But even during the day-to-day time also, in our transaction, try to see the Brahman in everyone. We see the name and forms and then we have likes and dislikes. Bhagavan says try to see the Brahman in everyone. And then when this Brahma Vasana becomes very firm, means then there is no thought that though we see the name and forms, but the Brahman alone is the truth and becomes so strong, then all these three are destroyed. Bhagavan says, Brahma Vasana only will destroy avidya, kama, karma. Now Bhagavan says that further, he continues that when the Brahma Vasana becomes strong, one gets liberated. Kriyanashe bhave chinta nasho asmat Vasanakshayah Vasana prakshayo mokshah Sajivan kriyananta Nasho ashaya Vasana prakshayo mokshah Sajivan muktir kriyanashe bhave chinta nasha. Now, when we are not doing desire prompted action, then what happens? Then the likes and dislikes, all different thoughts which are there, they are also destroyed. Only the thoughts prompt us to do action. But when we are withdrawn, we are not acting accordingly and trying to see the Brahman alone, then the thoughts also will be destroyed. And when there are no thoughts, thoughts means the impression in the mind only prompts us to act. When those impressions are not there, thoughts are not there, vasana kshaya, the vasana also will get destroyed. And vasana moksha, prakshaya, prakarshena, total destruction of the vasana, it is called moksha. That's why if you remember Puja Gurudev's chart, the BMI, PFT, OET, this you have to remember. And on the top, and on the Vakar, when the Vasanas are destroyed, then one realizes one's own true nature. So he said, moksha, one gets a liberation. Sa jivan muktihi ishyate. Ishyate means considered. That is called Jivan Mukti. Jivan, by living, one is liberated. It is not that after death one is liberated. While living, we are liberated. That is called moksha. There is no rebirth. Moksha means there is no rebirth. Sa Jivan Mukti Ishyate. So these three, that's why Bhagavan says, Vasana, Chintana and Karma. This leads to transmigration. When these three are destroyed, then that is called Jivan Mukti. So see how careful we have to be. What are the thoughts going in our mind? One has to be very alert and vigilant. What are the thoughts going in my mind? From the thoughts we can understand a person. The thoughts, as the thoughts, the person speaks accordingly. And he gets angry and all that. Bhagavan says, as long as all this is there, there is no chance of liberation. No chance of liberation. Kama, Krodha, all this should go away. A person is Shanta. Earlier also it was said that Vasana Tyat Mukti. Earlier mantra was that when the Vasana is destroyed, that is called Mukti, liberation. So we have to see what type of a mind is that. The impressions are also accordingly that we are creating every time good thinking, bad thinking, such vasanas, such impressions are created in our mind, and that prompts us to act accordingly. Now Bhagavan says that when all this is destroyed, then what happens? He says, Satvasana spurti vijrumsati yasho vilina privasana ati prakrishta aruna prabhaya viliyate sadhu yatha tamisra Satvasana spurti vijrumsho vilina ati prakrishta prabhaya viliyate misra Satvasana spurti. Spurti means when the spiritual vasana, the Brahma vasana, when this is there arrived, Vijrumbhanesh, when these vasanas are there, Aham Brahmasmi, when this Vijrumbhane, when it manifests in us, means we always remember Aham Brahma, I am Brahmasmi. We never forget that. What is our Swarupa? When this is there, I am this Brahman, he Yasho, second line, you have to break it as he asho vilina api ahamadi vasana. And when this happens, then ahamadi vasana means I am the body, mind and intellect. That identification, what we have so strong, that is destroyed. That is destroyed. He asho vilina api ahamadi vasana. Adi means body, mind and intellect. Aham, I am the body. Who are you? Always so strong janma janmantar the vasana is that I am this body. I am this. These are my thoughts. This is my decision. Bhagavan says, when this is destroyed, then he gives an example. Ati prapi Aruna Prabhaya, when it is early morning, then what happens? Aruna, the sky becomes red before the sun arrives. Before the sun arrives, there is Arunodaya. Then, it is that time, Ati Prakrishta Tamishra, even a darkness which is intense, the darkness disappears. Sadhu here means completely, totally. When the Aruna Udaya takes place, how dark it may be, that darkness goes away. In the same way, when Brahmasmi Vasana is created, it becomes so strong in us, then I am the body, mind and intellect, that identification is destroyed. Now we live like that. I am so and so. See, in the daily transaction, we have to remember what I am and I have to work, mother, father, whatever designation you have. But remember in the mind, my real Swarupa is Brahman. When this thought is there, then I am the body, mind and intellect. We do take care of the body, but the identification is not there. The thoughts are not always of the body. The pain will be there. You know there is something wrong. You do what is to be done, but you are not identified. Otherwise, whole day I have this headache, I have stomach. The body will have all these things. As we grow old, all these problems will be there. So you know the problem, do what is necessary, but don't remain as a body. Always thinking of the body. But says Sattva Brahma Vasana should manifest. Spiritual Vasana should manifest in us. The body is a jada and we are identifying with the jada. We live only as a body and you go on thinking about it. The thinking makes you more stronger that you have this problem. When you are engaged in work, you forget about the body. You have no remembrance. Only you are not doing and thinking of the body, then the body problems are there. They sit on our head and they said, yes, I am there. Don't forget me. But Brahma Vasana is there. Sadhu yatha tamishra. As the darkness is removed, when the Arunodaya is there, in the same way, when the Brahma, because the Brahma Vasana is very powerful. Brahma Vasana is very powerful. When this Brahma Vasana has become strong, the body Vasana is destroyed. You know, when Swami Tapan Maharaj last days and Puja Gurudev had gone to see him, and he had such a terrible pain in the back, and then Gurudev gave him a pillow. Gurudev Tapan Maharaj just removed that pillow. Let the body have his problem. Now the last days are there. So it is not that we are neglecting the body, but don't identify with the body. So Bhagavan says, when the sun rises, the darkness. Once the darkness went to the Lord and said, the sun never allows me to be there. Bhagavan says, when the sun comes, the darkness cannot be there. They are just opposite to each other. They cannot be there. And I am the body. They are totally opposite. That's what they want to say. Totally opposite. I with the jada. And who am I? I am the consciousness. The consciousness is Brahman. See how we are living? This will happen by Shravana, Manana. This is how the Brahma Vasana becomes strong. We do puja, we do Nama Japa. All this purifies our minds and makes the sun very strong. Nama Japa also purifies our mind. Okay. Now Bhagavan says that further that what is the result of self-experience? Tamastamakkarya alam na dushyate dineshe tatha ananda rasanubhutau navastik bandho nanda tamastamakkarya manartha jalam na dushyate satya udite dineshe tatha ananda rasanubhutau Navasti bandho naranda. Bhagavan says, Tamaha. Tamaha, darkness, means avidya, agnana. Tamaha karyam. Tamaha karyam, the effect of the darkness. What happens in the darkness? Sometimes we do not see that there is, there is no light. We may have you don't know what is there. We may have a fear, or we may miss something, we may fall down, wound ourselves, isn't it? These are the results of darkness. All this happens in darkness. Tama anartha, this is a series of calamity. The darkness, the avidya which is within us, creates series of calamity. Na drishyate, this you have to break it. Sati udinesh, dina isha, that is called dineshe, that is Lord Sun. The Lord of the day is the sun. When the sun rises, nadrishya, the darkness goes away. When the sun rises, there is no darkness. Tatha, in the same way, ananda, on the realization that I am Brahman, advayananda, when they realize that I am Brahman, Nava asti bandha, then there is no bondage. What is a bondage? The bondage is that I am this body, mind and intellect. This is called a bondage. I am bound to it. I identify with this. And when there is no identification, there is no adhyasa. On the self, we are superimposing body, mind and intellect. And then said, I am this body. Who am I? I am so and so. Nacha dukkha gandha. Bhagavan says, when there is no identification with the body, there is no smell of any sorrows. Means the sorrows may be that it cannot touch you. It cannot touch you. Sometimes you do not know also that, that something is wrong, but you do not know what is wrong because your mind is not thinking about it. But when you are always thinking of any pain or sorrow, then you become that. We become that. Our identification is so strong that we become like that. But you do what is necessary and go on working, you will forget the sorrows of the body. But Bhagavan says, Tatha, in the same way, in the rasa, the one who has realized that I am Brahmana, Navasti Bandha, he has no identification with the body. The body will have so many problems. He has no identification. Nacha dukkha gandha, not a smell even of our sorrows. And we are always sorrowful. What is there? I have this problem, I have this problem. Because our mind is not thinking that I am Brahman, but I am thinking I am a body. So much identified. Understand? As we grow old, some or other problem will be there. Today this problem, tomorrow that problem will be there. The body will have the problem. But don't do what is necessary to be done. Because with this body alone, we can realize the truth. So we don't neglect what is necessary, but don't identify or don't live as a body. But we live as a body only. Always thinking of the sorrows. I have this pain, I have this pain. You may not remember also what all the body has a problem if our mind is engaged in Brahman. Aham Brahmasmi. I am Brahman. And see the Brahman everywhere. Try to see the Brahman in everyone. Nacha dukkha gandha. Bhagavan has written, even the smell of the sorrows is not there. You means you forget about it. You forget about it. That's how Puja Gurudev also lived. His heart was hardly working. He will speak and then he will take the oxygen cylinder will be ready and he will take oxygen. And he was not supposed to speak more than 20 minutes. But the doctor will be sitting there. He will say, no, you stop. He will continue his talk. This is how last few years he lived, Puja Gurudev, with this type of body. Still, the Mahatmas give their own life example. Their life example. How they lived. So, that's why in Raso Vaisa, this Ananda Rasa, that Anubhuti is such that one has this experience, then all his sorrows, he goes beyond the sorrows. The sorrows the body sorrows do not touch him at all. Do not touch him at all. He is always happy. Now, having explained the avidya, karma and karma, how the vasanas, they create a problem, and how if this vasana is turned to Brahma vasana, how we become liberated. Now the next topic he says about the vigilance, the alertness. How alert we have to be, isn't it? We just live somehow, that alertness is not there. Bhagavan says, no, you have to be very, very alert, vigilant. San matram Anandaganam vibhavayan samahit san bahirantaram va kalam nayetha sati karma bandhe sham pravilapayan san matram anandaganam vibhavayan samahita san brahma kalam nayetha sati karma bandhe. Said, whatever in the world, what we see, he says that Drishyam, this world, we have to study Drigadrishya, isn't it? That which is seen is unreal. The Drashta alone is the real. That which is seen is not real. That is not real. Drishyam pratita, that which appears, Bhagavan says, is not real. The world which is seen is not real. It is mithya. It is drishyam. And pravilapayan san. And what we do that, you meditate. When you are meditating, it is the time you forget the world. The world which is seen is pravilapayan. It is dissolved, or it is that time the world is not there. Then sanmatram anandaganam vibhava. When you are meditating. When you are meditating, then in your mind, what all the thoughts come of the world, try to dissolve it. Go beyond that. And Sanmadaganam, I am only a mass of bliss. I am the reality. I am the reality. One has to be very alert. Oh, I have this pain, I have this. No, not to identify with the body. Turn within and try to experience your own Swarupa. You have to be very alert and vigilant. That's why this topic says you have to be alert and vigilant. The moment any thought comes, withdraw yourself. I am Brahman. I am not the body, mind and intellect. Samahita san, and you are abiding in not bahihi antar, not outside. Outside means you don't see the names and forms are superimposed on the distant. Try to see the Brahman. Samahita san bahi antaram va, and inside also, who am I? I am the illuminator of all my body, mind and intellect. I am the consciousness. Inside, I am the consciousness. I am the consciousness which illumines the inside, the body, and outside also. But all is there. The name and forms, they are all superimposed on the consciousness. Whether it is outside, that is the world, or within one own self, the consciousness alone is the reality. Samayita san kalam, and this is how you should pass your time. When in the day-to-day time, when we are seeing the world, you see the name and forms, try to see the consciousness, the substratum through all of them. When you are sitting at the seat of meditation, understand that the illuminator, I am the consciousness, I am the illuminator that illumines. Because of that, the body, mind and intellect are able to function. By themselves, they are jada, they have no capacity. Now the thoughts are there, the thoughts are illumined by the consciousness. Kalam nahi. And this is how you should pass your time. Karma bandh the karma. Whatever your prarabdha karma is there, you go through it. Don't complain about it. Any physical problem or problem through somebody, it is your prarabdha. What is prarabdha? The moment we are born, certain action starts giving results of our past actions. That is called prarabdha karma. It has started giving results. Nobody can escape the prarabdha karma. Whatever you have to suffer, you have to suffer. So, let you go through the prarabdha karma and spend your time that these also I have to go through it. And you continue your work. Face your problems that come, and this is how the residual vasanas are also exhausted. When you go through the prarabdha karma, the residual vasanas are also get exhausted. Bhagavan, that's why sati karma bande. Whatever your prarabdha karma, you go through it. The great Mahatmas, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, Raman Maharshi, they also had the throat cancer. They had to go through it. Sometimes they take the disease of some of the devotees also. We do not know. It was their prarabdha karma or somebody's prarabdha they have taken. Because Mahatma takes the prarabdha of the devotees also. We do not know. But they also went through the prarabdha. Everyone has to go. No complain about it. Oh, this is like this is like this. He says, no, drishyan. You see the world, whatever is happening. Your prarabdha karma, go through it and meditate on the Brahman. Whatever your prarabdha karma is there, go through it, but don't shravana, manana, nididhyasa, don't miss. How we can meditate unless we have not done the mananam? And so when we do the shravana, then we know, oh, I am Brahman. This is what the scripture says. This is my real Swarupa. This body, mind and intellect, these are my instruments. They are superimposed on the self. Self is the adhisthana. That is my real Swarupa. This is how one has to go on talking to one own self and get established. Sanmatramananda, meditate on Sachidananda and abiding in the self samahita. But whatever is your adhisthana and whatever you have to go through the outside, your prarabdha, go through it. Kalam nahi and you should pass the time. How? In meditation. Whatever the prarabdha, you go through it. But don't escape your meditation. Bhagavan says you go on. And how you have to meditate? Meditate with vigilance, alertness. That's why here it is also different types of samadhi. When we studied the Drishya Viveka, that time it was explained the samadhi also inside and outside. Outside is with the open eyes and inside means you are closing your eyes. And this is how one abides in that. I am the illuminator of all the inner, what all the organs. I am the illuminator. I am the consciousness. See, this we should remember always. These are illumined. They are able to function because I am the consciousness. The life is there. The consciousness expresses as life in us. And because of that, I am alive. So the body, mind, intellect are functioning. They will have their own problems because of my prarabdha karma. Go through it. Bhagavan said, pass your time with the prarabdha. Don't complain, I have this problem. Don't complain, never complain, I have this problem. The body will have its own problem. Go through it. And don't forget, and with alertness and vigilance, remember your own nature. The next mantra is a quotation. Pramado brahmanishthaya na karta pramado bhagavan brahmanas pramado brahmanishthaya na karta pramado bhagavan brahmanashrutah. Bhagavan brahmanas, brahmana means Brahmaji. Brahmaji's children are the Sanat Kumar. Mind-born children are Sanat Kumar. This comes in the Mahabharata. There are different chapters. One is called Udyoga Parva. In that there is a Sanata Sujatiya. This chapter is that. Sanata Sujatiya. Sujatiya means who is born from Brahmaji. That's why it's called Sujatiya. And Sanata means Sanat Kumar. Kumar born from Brahmaji. And it says that Bhagavan Brahmana, that was said, that Sanat, and this is a discussion between Sanat Kumar and Dhritarashtra, the Kaurava's father. Dhritarashtra was a blind king, but now and then, when he was so much depressed, then somebody he will call, and sometimes Vidurji, and sometimes Sanat Kumar, and they used to give message to Dhritarashtra. What he says, this Sanat Kumar told, Pramado. This is what they said. What they said? Pramado. Pramada is carelessness, inadvertentness, forgetfulness. These are the different meanings. Pramada, forgetting that I am Brahman, forgetting our own Swarupa. That is called pramada. And that is called the spiritual death. If we forget our own self, it is called the spiritual death. That's why Brahmanishtaya means those who continuously remember that I am Brahman, they should never forget that I am Brahman at any time. Nakar, this should be done by them. What one must do, a spiritual seeker should never forget that I am Brahman. And if we forget Aham Brahmasmi, it is our spiritual death. And the commentary has been written by Bhagavan Shankaracharya. It's a great text. Now how we remember? I am a lady, I am a man, isn't it? This is constantly we remember. I am so and so daughter, I am so and so's mother-in-law, father-in-law, I am an executive, I am this. All this we remember so much strong in us, isn't it? Bhagavan says, to forget our own divine nature, we comes to live as an animal. Animal also knows to take care of the body, eat, drink, sleeps, everything they do. When we forget our real nature, our divine nature, then we come to the nature of an animal. Human beings alone can know their self, and we should always remember our divine nature. These are my instruments. These are given by the Lord to realize this truth that I am Brahman. These are my instruments to realize the truth. But I am not this. The instruments are other than me. My Swarup is Brahman. These are my instruments. Make best use of instrument, the maximum, till your last breath. For the service of others. Paramartha. For Paramartha only, this body Lord is given to serve others. Not for selfish eating, sleeping, enjoying. It is not meant for them. Animals also do that. If we forget our real nature, Bhagavan says, we live like an animal. There is no difference between us and an animal. So, Pramado hi mrityuhu aha Bhagavan Brahmanashu. Brahmaji's children, Sanat Kumar says, if you forget your real nature, it is the death, the spiritual death is there. And you should come. Tavya means you should not. One should not forget, the one who studied the Shastra should not forget that my nature is Brahman. Aham Brahmasmi. My nature is Sachidananda. My nature is Sat. Existence, consciousness, bliss. Satyam Brahma. That I am. One should not forget. Dat anartho jnanina swaswarupat mohastadi jnanina swaswarupata tato mohastato aham di bandhastato vyata. Bhagavan says, na pramada anartha anya. There is no other, anartha means calamity. There is no other calamity than forgetting our own Swarupa. There is no other calamity. Once we forget our real nature, anartha na anyaha. There is no other anartha. There is no other calamity. For whom? The one who has studied the scriptures. One who knows that my nature is Atma. One who has studied the scriptures. Swaswarupa, from one's own Swarupa. And if he forgets, he is careless, then Bhagavan says there is no other calamity than that. And then suppose one forgets one's own nature, what will happen? Tataha mohaha. Then what happens? One becomes deluded. Then two are things, Brahman or the body. Soon one becomes a limited being, Jivatma. I am this Jiva. Then you have likes and dislikes. I like this person, I don't like. You speak with somebody, you don't speak with somebody. We only have met the parties like that, isn't it? Why like that? You speak to everyone. You speak to everyone. Call everyone. Respect everyone. Respect everyone. Let other person may or may not do it. But it is our duty to respect and talk to everyone. So he says, Tataha moha. Then you become a jivatma. I am rich, I am poor, I am beautiful, and aham dehi. When you have become a limited being, we identify with the body, mind and intellect. I am so and so. And when the ahankara comes, you have started with identifying. Tataha bandha. That is called the bondage. What is bondage? Identification with the body, that I am so and so, that is bondage. Bandha. What is bondage? This is called bondage. The question asked by the disciple, what is bondage? This is bondage. Nobody has tied us. We have tied ourselves to the body. This is called bondage. I am this limited being. And once we are tied with this body, tato vyatha. The body will have its own problems, shat vikaras are there, and then it causes lot of miseries to us, sorrows to us. The sorrows of the body becomes my sorrows. The sorrows are of the body. The sorrows do not belong to me. Untouched, we should learn to live untouched by the sorrows of the body. Treat whatever is necessary, but go beyond that. Go beyond that. Don't go on thinking about the body. Then you are a miserable person. What happened? This I have, that I have. Yes, it is your prarabdha karma. It is our prarabdha karma. So only we are suffering. We have done such actions. So we are suffering. That is the bondage. And Bhagavan says that is because of ahankara, ahamti. And all this is a cause because of delusion, ajnana, avidya, not knowing our own self. I see now how much Bhagavan is making so clear. If you identify with your body, then all sorrows will be there. You live in the world, transact in the world, but do not identify with anyone. Do not identify with. The moment you identify this belongs to me, understand it will be a cause of sorrow. To whom you don't know, maybe a next door and something there is death, you are not bothered about it. Oh, there's somebody's death happened. But if you say it's my person, my people, then you are worried about it. So Bhagavan says, ahankara and moha. This is a bondage and this is a cause of sorrows. See how if we forget our own swarupa and identify with the body, what all problems, that is cause of bondage. Identification with the body is the cause of bondage. We live as a body only. That does not mean we neglect the body. Mahatmas never say, take what is to be done, but don't live as body. It is an instrument. You take care what is to be done, but don't live as a body. Don't go on thinking I am so and so. I am consciousness. Aham Brahmasmi. Aham. That Sachidananda Swarupa. That thought should be there. Om Purnamada Purnasya Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Loka Samhita Sukhino. Loka Samhitantu. Loka Samhita Sukhino. My pranam to all of you. Please study, go through it, and these are all practical verses to practice in our life. If we practice, our life will be very happy in spite of all problems. Because that is a prarabdha karma that you and I all, we have to go through it. Okay? Hari Om. Hari Om. My pranam to all of you. Hari Om. Hari Om. Hari Om.